Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Problems have their origin from two sources. One source is the external source. See? One boy goes for a walk in some garden and sees some girl and the problems begin. So it is the external source. Then there are other sources which are not from outside, they are from within. And within sources are because we are all the time expecting so many things from the world and it never happens. The net result is we are frustrated, angry, dejected, depressed, and then we want constant attention from the world. So these are the two sources of problems in our life. So let us try to solve one by one. When there are problems, there is no celebration. And when there is celebration, there are no problems. How simple it is. Therefore, what is the source that is creating problem for us from outside? That source is called as the world. Now let us find out what the world is. Am I audible to all? I feel that I am not audible to all. Okay? Because nobody is moving their head. Are you able to hear?
Yes.
Meditation class is over. So, what is this world? Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. Tulyam Nijantargatam. Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivot. Tam Yatha Nidrayam. Yes Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye. Swatmanamevadvayam. Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam. Shri Dakshina Murtaye. There are two ways of looking at the world. One way is look at the world and come to recognize that it is just an illusion. Then the world will not bother us. Or look at the world and come to recognize that the world is our own extension. See? So in this verse, the teacher gives us this vision. What is this world? See? So, Vishwam, this world, Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam. This world is like an image which is appearing in the mirror. See? Now this is a very deep contemplation. When we look at the mirror and when we look at the book, what is the basic difference? We look at the book, but we look in the mirror. When we look at the book, a sense of otherness is born, and we don't have this notion that I am the book or I am looking at myself. But when we are looking in the mirror, although we are looking at the reflection, but the knowledge is I am looking at me. See? Therefore, when we stand before the mirror, take the toothpaste and the brush and show our teeth, and then we don't apply the toothpaste to the mirror. We apply to our teeth. See, in the same manner. What is the position of the things in the mirror? They appear, but they are not. See? And therefore, if the mirror is corrugated, our face looks very corrugated. Does it mean that we are ugly? No. See, the thickness of the mirror is hardly 1 millimeter. If an object is standing in front of the mirror, let us take 10 feet, the reflection also looks 10 feet deep. So the depth that we see in the mirror, it appears, but it is not. In that mirror, the objects are reflected. Suppose the object is water. You are standing with a mirror before the waterfall. So the reflection of the waterfall in the mirror does not make the mirror wet. If there is a fire and if that is reflected in the mirror, the reflection of the fire does not burn the mirror. If the reflection is that of an ugly person like me, the mirror does not say, hey, get away, let somebody come. And if the reflection is that of a beautiful face like any one of you put together, see, that time the mirror does not say, come on, hold on for some time. No. See, friends, this is how the world is. So, although the world is appearing inside the mirror, it appears as if it is outside. Because it is hardly any thickness. And yet everything is seen. So, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam. Now be very attentive. You imagine that you are seeing me. And I also imagine that I am seeing you. But this is not the truth. The truth is, I am seeing your images. When the object is bathing in the light, then it goes as an image through our lens on the retina upside down. And then it is comprehended by the element called as mind, which is bathing in the light of consciousness. So the outer object is bathing in the outer light, and the image on the retina, which is caught by the mind, is also bathing in the light of consciousness. And therefore the knowledge is happening about the image, not the actual object. If the image cannot be formed by closing the eyes, or if there is absolute darkness on the object, then image cannot be formed, object cannot be perceived. So what are we really seeing? Not the actual object. We are seeing, experiencing only the images. See, suppose you are standing near a lake and look into the water. Where is the lake available? Okay, take a bucket. So, the water is there, stand and look into the water. The water is absolutely clean, steady. Your reflection will be as you are. Then in that water you add cow dung and make a slurry, dirty. What will be the quality of the reflection? Not clean. It will be, because it is a muddied water, reflection will be also muddied. It won't be clean. Now the third experiment. In that muddied water, you put a rod and shake or give some vibrations to that bucket and then look into that and see what will be your reflection like. It will be broken into pieces. So, the quality of the reflection depends on the medium in which the reflection is happening, is it not? Now, I am totally frustrated, depressed, dejected, and with that mind, I look into the world. अब जी के क्या करेंगे जब दिल ही टूट गया. Reflection of the world depends on the quality of the mind, is it not? And if we are extremely agitated, going on the railway station, and your huge wife, absolutely careless, you have got 3 monster children, and you have got so much of luggage, and then the train is going to come, and that time the compartments are never in a serial number. So you keep on watching. That time somebody comes and asks you, excuse me, do you know meditation? So, the perception of the world depends on what is the quality of your mind, is it not? You and me and all the great masters lived in the same world. It is not that when they were living, it was 40 hours a day and 15 days a week and 100 days a month and 1200 days a year. No. Same time scale, same political turmoil, same natural calamities. Everything was the same. But for them, this was never an issue. Oh God, why did you create this terrible world? Because the instrument through which they were perceiving this world was totally different. Vishvam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyan atmani mayaya bahi irivot bhutam yatha nidraya. In the sleep, when we are seeing the dream, where do you see the dream? Inside or outside? If you are seeing the dream inside, and in that dream you are seeing elephant fight, inside you, elephant fight, you will be broken into pieces. See? So where it is seen? As if it is seen outside. In the same manner, as if I am seeing you all outside. Again, take the mirror example. The depth of the image is equal to the depth of the object which is forming the image, is it not? So if you are 10 feet away from me, it appears that your images are forming inside my mind 10 feet deep, but is it really? Think. Now apply the same thing to all your perceptions. So what we really experience is not the original object, but only the images, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. And once this is understood, then we go to the second step. Any experience which demands n number of conditions to be fulfilled for the happening of that experience is an illusion. See? For example, the mirage waters. Can we see the mirage water early in the morning? We cannot. We require a particular condition. When the rays are falling perpendicular to the surface of the earth, that time the air gets heated and there is a refraction of the sun rays, and the refracted sun rays appear as water. There is no water. And when the sun goes in one direction toward the west, the angle changes. Then the question is, where the water has gone? But we did experience. So any experience which demands n number of factors for its happening is an illusion. Simple rule. One day one wife came home and it was heavily raining outside in cats and dogs, totally drenched. She came and knocked the door. Husband opened the door and again banged it and went inside. Now you can imagine the wife, do you think she will remain cool although she was wet? The steam started coming out of her. And she again banged very hard. And then when the husband again opened, before he could say anything, she said, "How dare you close the door on my face?" "Oh, it's you." I didn't recognize. Because you are beautiful only when there is a makeup. So the beauty made through the makeup is an illusion. See, friends, don't look at your wives or husbands. Bandi mutti sawa lakh ki. All that is unknown is good. See, friends, any experience, this is the thumb rule, keep it in your mind. Any experience which demands n number of conditions. Now we go still further. This waking experience that we are going through, when this waking experience happens, when we are identified with the body. If we are not identified with the body, like last night, where were we? In alpha center or beta center? Where were we? Second thing, whether it was a blue moon or no moon. See, whether it was man or woman, whether it was husband or wife, nothing. Because no identification with the body, nobody, no waking world, no husband and wife, and therefore they are happy in sleep. See? Otherwise, husband and wife staying together and yet happiness impossible. See, friends, therefore this waking experience demands identification with the body, thereafter it starts happening. Therefore, don't take this too seriously. See, friends, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantaragatam. Because something appears, that does not mean it is there. Because something is experienced, that does not mean it is existing. Make it very clear. We experienced last night the blue moon. Was it blue? It is called as a blue moon, that's all. Similarly, when we are having any experience, such as sunrise and sunset, is any time sun rising and setting? It is the movement of the earth which is superimposed on the sun. See, friends, now one more experiment. When you are moving in a train, the train is going pretty fast, you sit near the window or the door and look outside. You will have three experiences. The things which are close to the track, they are running in the opposite direction. At one particular point, there is a stationary point, it doesn't move. And if you look far away, the things or the mountains start moving along the direction of the movement of the car. Thus, what we see there is a circular movement. Nearer to the train, it is going opposite, and far it is going away. In the center, there is no movement. This circular movement that we see outside, it is happening. Can we see it all the time? It is only when the train is moving. Now, second experiment. From the running train, jump. And then see what happens. The experience that you had will disappear and others will have good experience. See, friends. So, any experience which demands n number of conditions is not real. Don't become serious about anything in this world. As you listen to me, the same way you listen to your wife. You will never be miserable. See? But when I tell you you are Brahman, you take it lightly. And when your wife tells you you are dumb, you take it seriously. Life will be beautiful, friends, if you develop this vision in your life. Therefore, question Atmani Mayaya Bahirivod. Maya means measured experience. See, our eyes can see the Vibgyor spectrum of light waves, starting from the violet up to the red. Beyond that, our eyes cannot perceive the light waves. Does it mean there are no light waves beyond it? There are. So perception through the senses, perception through the mind, perception through the intellect, that perception is called as Maya. And what we do, whatever is perceived by us through our faculties, that alone is the truth. And therefore, one young boy asked me this question, have you seen God? So like we can see an object through the eyes, in the same manner, God is an object to be seen by the eyes. See, friends. Therefore, Mayaya Bahirivod Bhutam Yatha Nidraya, as if it is happening outside. Nothing is happening outside, everything is in me. Mayeva Sakalam Jatam, Mai Sarvam Pratishthitam, Mai Sarvam Layam Yati Tat Brahmadvayamasya. See, wherever there is I involved, that alone is valuable for us. Where I is not involved, it is no interest to us. See, for example, old people always talk about their past. Now, they have lived their past. And therefore, when an old person starts talking about his childhood, he is inspired. Because I was there and the youngsters were not there. Therefore, they are not interested in the old man's stories. Because where I is not involved, it doesn't make any sense to us. Take for example 2 ladies and 1 child. One is the mother, other is not mother. And the child is doing some nonsense. And see the reaction of these 2 ladies. The mother will be looking at the stupidness of the child as if it is a great wisdom. And the other lady will see, doesn't know how to behave properly. Teach him properly. See? The reason is, with the child, I is involved. For the other lady, with the child, I is not involved. See, friends. Therefore, where there is I, there only the world is. So where is this whole world? This whole world is in me. He is not outside. Therefore, when I die, my wife cannot exist. When I die, my property cannot exist. When I die, my country cannot exist. Because as long as I is there, then only other things have got existence. If I is not there, they don't exist. Then, yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaye svatmanamevadvayam. He who has discovered sakshat kurute, immediate experience, sakshat prabodha samaye svatmanamevadvayam. He who comes to discover this, prabodha samaye, abidance in one's essential nature. There are 2 words, one is jnanam, second is bodha. Jnanam is knowledge. Bodha is experience. We are not talking about knowledge. We are talking about experience. Prabodha samaya. Knowledge depends on the quality of your mind. Knowledge is not available all the time. See? But experience of our presence can never be denied. Let it be waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi. The presence can never be denied. But the waker is denied in the dream and so on. Therefore, prabodha samaya. It is not appreciation. I think I am also feeling sometime, I must be Brahman, at least in part. No. Prabodha samaya, firm abidance in the truth. So, yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaya svatmanamevadvayam. And what is that experience? Advayam atmanam prabodha kurute. This non-dual presence. Now try to understand this. Perception of multiplicity or differences does not justify differentiation on account of differences. For example, the hands are not the legs. The legs are not the stomach. The stomach is not the head. The head is not the tail. They are all different. But because of these differences, do I differentiate in the same manner? There may be differences at a superficial level, but if you go deep within, see how we go deep within? In all the bulbs, there is only light. Can you say that the bulb illuminating the Lord, the temple, is a holy bulb? And another bulb and the light illuminating a toilet is an unholy bulb. See? Why this bulb has come here? In the last life, he must have done dana punya. And this one must be a criminal? Okay, but now just now, this bulb in the temple has become fused. Now what should we do? Now nothing can be done. Remove this bulb from the temple, from the toilet and fix there in the temple. Okay, fixed. But what is the reason now this bulb has come? Maybe some punya must have come up. Some merit must have come up. But why that bulb before the Lord got fused? God likes good people. See, friends, whether the eyes are seeing a beautiful face or an ugly face, it makes no difference to the eyes. Whether the eyes are seeing something holy or something unholy, it makes no difference to the eyes. In the same manner, whether our ears are hearing the glory of the Lord or abuses, it makes no difference to the ears. Mind, whether it is supporting noble or ignoble thoughts, makes no difference. Yes sakshat kurute prabodha samaye svatmanamevadvayam. So like behind all colors and forms, there is one vision. Behind all sounds, there is one ear. Behind all sense organs, there is one mind. And behind all minds, there is one conscious reality. Like one mind expressing through the different sense organs appears to have divided into 5 or 10 in the same manner. One conscious reality expressing through different bodies and manifesting appears as if it has become many. It is not. Manifestation may be many, but the one which is manifesting is one. See, friends, this is our essential nature. And when we abide in this, then the world which is seen through these faculties, so whether it is the eyes of an ignorant person or the eyes of the wise man, both of them are only seeing. It is not wise man can also smell with the eyes, no. Because the expressions of life are common. This common denominator is one. They are not many. Therefore, those who are studying Vedanta Shastra, they don't talk about divisions and differences. It doesn't matter whether you are following Krishna, Rama, Govinda, Devi, Hanumanji, it makes no difference. Because unless you are there, nothing can exist. And this I, Svatmanamevadvayam, come to discover this one reality alone is pulsating in and through the totality. Therefore, this reality is the real and not the manifestations. See, friends, when the eyes lose their functional capability of vision, what happens to the mind? Nothing. See, friends, in the same manner, when the mind enfolds in deep sleep, what happens to the consciousness? Nothing. When the bulb becomes fused, what happens to electricity? Nothing. This eternal presence, come to discover. Then life is a celebration. Celebration is an experience of infinite bliss. See? Yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaye svatmanamevadvayam tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye namaidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. This is given to us by the teacher Dakshinamurti, who is living this experience and giving us free. This experience is not sold. It is discovered. Therefore, friends, this verse gives us a totally different vision of about the world. Now we take second aspect of the same verse. That will give you still a deeper meaning. When we are talking so far, we were talking about the reflections in the mirror. That they are not real, they are only appearances, etc. Now look at the same phenomena from a different standpoint. See, when the mirror is having reflections of the trees, the mountains, the birds, the animals, the human beings, playing, running, talking, shouting, beating, dancing, everything is reflected, live reflection in the mirror. Clear? Now it is the same surface of the mirror which is becoming the space, the same surface of the mirror which is becoming the inert world. It is the same surface of the mirror which is becoming the plant kingdom. It is the same surface of the mirror which is becoming the animal kingdom. It is the same surface of the mirror which is showing activities, movement, dancing, and yet nothing is happening. Like when the wave breaks, nothing happens to the ocean. In the deep sea, the water doesn't get drowned. See, friends, because essentially it is water. But our perception is erroneous. We ask, is the water deep in the sea? Water is not in the sea, friends. The sea is in the water. We ask, is there gold in the ornament? No. The ornaments are in the gold. This upside down perception is an illusion. See, friends, yes sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam. The one alone, the same mind, it has become the head, it has become the eyes, it has become the nose, it has become the teeth, it has become the tongue, it has become everything. So will the mind have biasness towards some sense organs and against after some sense organs? No. See, because one mind alone has become everything. Will the mind say, I like eyes but I don't like nose, it pokes everywhere? No. See, friends, in the same manner, he who is abiding in this absolute conscious reality, Swatmanamevadvayam, he can never have a biased treatment towards the world. Either for him, everything is his or nothing is his. Everything is his, he is the Anvaya understanding, and nothing is his, he is the Vyatirek understanding. Like all the waves and the ocean are in the water, but from the water standpoint, there is neither ocean nor waves. Yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. So when we are moving in this world, observe. Therefore, I have been again and again emphasizing, real spiritual practice is learning from your every experience. Not going to the temple and church and eating the head of the gods there. You go to the temple and church, ring the bell. I have come. God say, my God, I have come. And after we go there, again go on asking, note down, 1, 2, 3, 4, no end. Therefore, longer the namaskar, longer is the list of demands. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. That is not spiritual life. Now we take one more standpoint. It's very simple, it's not difficult. See, learn from your experience. This is the theme I am talking to you. One day I was in Bhavnagar in Gujarat, India. And somewhere they called me in some ashram. Swami, please come because this evening you have no lecture, we came to know, so please come to our ashram. I said, okay. On time, 5 o'clock, we'll have satsang. So I reached there 5 o'clock. Other than the few ashramites, there was nobody. I said, should we start? No, Swami, people are yet to come. They will be coming at 6 o'clock because we told them satsang is at 6 o'clock. I said, but you called me at 5 o'clock. No, we wanted to spend some time with you. I said, oh, you are very intelligent. Then I said, hey, whose is that Honda car? I wanted to see some gadget in that. Whose is that? Mine. I said, take your car, key and let us go and see that. Rest of you sit here. We went inside. I said, drive the car outside and we'll come back at 6 o'clock. You think you are smart? And when we went outside, he said, Swami, where to go? I said, go to some temple somewhere, we'll spend some time and come back. So there was some small hillock, a Shiva temple, we went there. Evening time, 5:30. So I was standing before Lord Shiva and from back side, the sun was glowing. So my shadow fell right on the Shiva Linga. So I felt, how lucky, better than me my shadow is. He can directly touch the Shiva Linga. And I was feeling very bad, I could not touch and all that. And then okay, other persons were standing, so I had to go. Then I went in the compound. And when I was standing somewhere, sun was the same, I was the same, shadow was the same. At that time, one doggy came from nowhere. And when a dog comes, what he does? Om Purnamadaha Purnamadaha. And he did that thing right on my shadow, man. That time I felt how unlucky. Friends, whether our shadow falls right on the Lord or if somebody does anything to the shadow, we don't get affected because we know it is just an appearance. It is absence of light. Shadow is not an object. In the same manner, when you look at this world, which appears only under n number of conditions, will we ever get influenced by this thing? That is why you see all the wise people in the world, they have no complaints about the world. Our complaints are what? If it is summer, why it is too hot? Naturally summer will be hot. Winter comes, why it is too cold? So we want a hot winter. God will fail to provide all our desires. Therefore, He never fulfills our desires. See, friends, once you look at this world with this understanding, you are celebrating life. See? As you are living here without any responsibility of cooking, washing, etc., in the same manner, live in your house irresponsibly. You will be happy. But we become so responsible, we feel, without me the world cannot move. See? Those who are responsible, they make themselves miserable. Relax, celebrate life. See? And when you discover this technique, then you will be the best in all your performances. See? Yesterday when we were going somewhere, we were listening some filmy songs. When I am before you, I am Sharif. Otherwise, I am comfortable. So when we are going by car, there were some songs rendered by Lata Mangeshkar And those songs were originally sung by, like, Manna Dey or Kishore Kumar or Mohammad Rafi, etc. So when she was rendering the songs, there was no life in those songs. The original songs sung by Kishore Kumar, it has got its own rhythm, effortless expression of every word and rendering. But when Lata Mangeshkar was doing, she was struggling to put exactly the same way. Wherever there is effort, we are not with ourselves. The real beauty of celebration is life is effortless. See, friends. And this effortlessness in life is called as celebration. Now, the second standpoint with which we can look at this world is given in the second verse. Bijasyantarivang kuro jagadidam prang nirvikalpam punaha maya kalpita desha kala kalana Vaichitra chitrikrutam Maya viva vijrumbhayatyapi maha Yogi vayasvechaya Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Now chant together. Bijasyantarva Guru Jagadidam Pranirvikalpam Punaha Maya Kalpita Deshakala Kalana Vaichitra Chitrikrutam Maya Viva Vijrumbhayatyapi maha Yogi Vayasvechaya Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Bijasya anta iva idam jagad ankuraha prang. Before. Like in the seed, the whole tree is existing as unmanifest. I'll give you one basic law of nature. Try to get it. Cause is always unmanifest. Effect alone establishes the existence of the cause. This is the rule. What we experience is always effect, not the cause. See? For example, you go in some room and there is no light, so you ask somebody, hey, there is electricity or not? I don't know. But then how do we find out? Put your 2 fingers into the socket and switch on. You will get realization. So, presence of electricity is established by the effect called as light in the bulb, is it not? When we look at the child is an effect. So when we look at the child, what is our first question? Hey, who is your dad? Why? Without the dad, even in America, child cannot be born. Because in USA, there is no column when a lady delivers a baby. All the details are there, name, etc. and mother's name. There is no need for father's name. It's God's grace. See, friends. So, the effects convey us the presence of the cause. In the same manner, what we are seeing this world is like the seed contains the total tree. Prang earlier it is unmanifest. Bijasyantarivang kuro jagadidam. Earlier the world is unmanifest. Then prang nirvikalpam punaha. Then maya kalpita desha kala kalana vaichitra chitri krutam. Be very attentive. When we are in a totally deep sleep experience and snoring away, you know, when we snore, that is a real deep sleep. And that is why it is called as the sound sleep. Producing sound for the society. And you are in sleep. Now in that experience, where the world is, number one, where I is, number two, where the joy and sorrows, friends and enemies are, nothing. But do you think out of nothing something comes out? No. Then where it is? It is, but it is unmanifest. Therefore, according to Vedanta Shastra, there is no creation. There is manifestation, unmanifestation, manifestation, unmanifestation. There is no creation. See, one day, one physics professor was driving me in the US about an hour or two, and he was hitting my head. Although he was vegetarian. Maybe he knew I got potatoes here. So, he asked me, Swamiji, according to your Vedanta, what do you explain this creation, this world? I told him, Vedanta doesn't answer stupid questions. He got so wild. I said, you tell me about your physics, how you say this world. Then he said, world, yes, according to our physics, the world is created by a black hole theory. I said, my God, black hole theory? Is whole an object? See, if you take a paper and this is a paper, is there any hole anywhere? No. Now, I will take out some part of it. Now, there is a hole. Is this hole an object? Hole is absence of paper, is it not? When you say black hole, hole in what? Can the hole exist without substratum? So I ask him, in your black hole theory, where is the hole? In your head or my head? Where from the world is created? Black hole theory. The second one is Big Bang theory. Can there be a bang with one hand? If you want to create a bang, take somebody's face and give one. Bang comes. Don't take yours. See? Once I was in Durban, some place we went many years before, to some place nice, and for overnight stay. And there are many people. And one Gujarati boy asked me, Swamiji, I want to ask you, Mahatma Gandhi used to say, when somebody gives you one, show him the other. What does it mean? I said, he means when the other is coming, you tell that, but not me now, that fellow. So there cannot be a bang unless there are two things, is it not? Two things is creation. One is non-creation. So, this world is what? It is earlier unmanifest and then it becomes manifest. Again it becomes unmanifest, it becomes manifest. Now, try to experience your daily routine. Deep sleep is what? Unmanifest. Again manifest. If a doctor sleeps, an engineer does not wake up. Patient may. Engineer does not wake up. Is it not? Because all that becomes unmanifest and then it becomes manifest, unmanifest. This is incessantly going on. See, are the waves created? No. Ocean manifest is called as wave. And when the waves become unmanifest, they go back to the ocean. So waves are merely appearances. See, one of my techniques of meditation is, after you wash your clothes, take them out from the dryer. Don't put on like Americans without proper ironing. Then take a nice iron mold, take a hot iron and start your meditation. There are so many wrinkles on this cloth. Are these wrinkles a reality? And then you move the iron box on that and collect all the wrinkles. Can you collect? No. Where they have gone? So the wrinkles were not created. Cloth manifest is wrinkles. Wrinkles dissolved is cloth. In the same manner, this whole world is nothing but Paramatma. Paramatma, the supreme reality, the God principle, manifest is this world. And unmanifest world is God. See? Man manifests with the conditioning of his father is son. The same man manifests with the conditioning of his wife as husband. The same man manifests as a father with the conditioning of his son. Because of this manifestation, has the man become many? Then who is becoming miserable? The husband. Never the man. The father, never the man. The son, never the man. But we get so much preoccupied with the conditioned expressions and not that one which is supporting all the conditions. Therefore, here the teacher says, Maya kalpita desha kala kalana. It is only by the projection of the mind we keep on imagining time. What is time? Desha kala kalana. Kala, let's take one by one. Time is, according to Vedanta Shastra, time is consciousness of sequence is called as time. For us, what is time? Half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. That is not time. That is the measurement of time. There is a difference. Like, liter. Liter is a measurement. Similarly, time is a measurement. What passes through is a measured time. The time is infinite. And how the time is born? See the cosmic clock. Around the sun, the earth is moving, one hand, and the earth is moving around its own axis, the second hand, and the time is born. See? So this 5 hours, 10 hours, 10 years, that is not time. That is the measurement of time. The concept of time is valid only when the mind is functional. This is what Einstein brought out in his theory of relativity. To make it easy for a common person to understand, it is said that if you have to spend time, let us take 10 hours with a young, smart, intelligent girl, you won't know how 10 hours have gone. And if you have to spend 5 minutes with an old, dilapidated, not dying man, you feel how many yugas I am standing here. Relativity. See, friends, Therefore, Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana. When the sequence is established, then only the concept of time is born. Now, second thing, Desha, space. Space is the consciousness of expanse. And both time and space, these are the babies of mind. We ask a question, where is earth? We can ask a question, where is water? Where is fire? Where is air? Do we ever ask a question, where is space? In Upanishad, one student asked this question, where is space? The teacher says, forget about that. Tell me, where are you? Sir, I am in front of you. In your room. Where is my room? Your room is in the ashram. Where is the ashram? Ashram is in South Africa. Where is it? Where is South Africa? South Africa is on the globe. Where is the globe? Globe is in the waters. Where are waters? Waters are in the fire. Where is fire? Fire is in the air. Where is air? Air is in the space. Now where is space? Space is in your mind. When the mind is enfolded, as in deep sleep, where we are. So where is the space? The space is in the mind. And the whole world is in the space. So where is the world? The world is in the mind. And what is mind? Mind is not. Oh God. Then what is? The God alone is. That thou art. See, mind is merely manifestation of consciousness through a particular equipment. See? So, the reality is appearing to have become many because of the projections of time, space and object. So, Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitra Chitri Kritam. Just imagine you are somewhere beyond the relationship between earth and the sun. That time, how will you establish time? See? We establish time either by the solar calendar or by the lunar calendar. If you go away from the relationship between the sun and the earth, how can you establish time? You cannot. Because the time is not. See, friends, Maya Kalpita. So this is only the projection of the mind. And when we know everything is existing in the mind, and what is the mind? Mind is not. See? So the question comes, then what about all this? So when it is manifest, it is called as the world. When it is unmanifest, it is called as Paramatma. Therefore, as much gold is gold, ornament is also the gold. But our attention goes on the names and the forms and the utility of the ornaments, and therefore we forget the gold. In the same manner, our attention is on the differences, the name, the form, the caste, the color, the creed, the religion, the size, the age. And the more we get lost in the differences, away we go away from the truth. Therefore, discover this common denominator. See, friends. And we can discover this common denominator only if we have discovered our essential nature. We look at the world as we have seen ourselves. There is a proverb in Sanskrit which tells, Papi sarvatra papam ashankate. A sinful person thinks only sin everywhere. He cannot think about good things. Because that is what inside is. See? Therefore, Mayavi va vijrumbhayatyapi maha yogi vayasvechaya. Now the question comes, why God has created this terrible world? One person asked me this question in Rishikesh. Why God created this world? So I did not reply. I was looking at him. I said, what can I talk to him? He said, no, maybe you are not clear with my question. Every fool thinks his question is very difficult. So he said, no, I am asking about the theory of creation. How God has created this world. I said, first of all, I will ask you a question because my approach is, एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल मैं करूं. हर सवाल का सवाल ही जवाब हो. You ask me a question, I will ask you a counter question, and my counter question will be a reply to your question. Okay? He said, what is that? I said, this is this. Go ahead. Then I asked him, did God tell you I have created this world? No, he didn't tell me. Then why do you say God created this world? You people tell. I said, we also tell you, you are dumb. See, God did not create this world. It is you and me who created this world. In God's creation, there is no misery. Colors and forms seen by the eyes and vision, perceived in the mind, no problem. When eyes are able to see, is it a problem? When the eyes are not able to see, then it is a problem. If the mind is able to think, it is not a problem. If the mind is not able to think, then it is a problem. So where is the problem in God's creation? Friends, God's creation, there is no problem. It is in our creation. There is nothing but problem. See? Man created woman, no problem. God created a woman, no problem. And then the man created a wife out of that woman, problem. See, friends. Therefore, this, how and why the God has created this world, this is answered here. Mayavi va vijrumbhayatyapi maha yogi vayasvechaya. Like a great magician, he created this world. When we go to see a magic show, we all know nothing is happening. But don't we enjoy? And why we go for seeing the magic show? Celebration, enjoy, zara ghum ke aate. Exactly. The Lord created this world as the celebration. When He created the world as a celebration, why do we celebrate? See, Mayavi Iva, like a great magician, he created this world. See? And another example is given, Mahayogi Iva, or a great yogi. See? I have a friend, a Gujarati friend, he is very close to me, elderly man. He was living with his guru, Swami, and that Swamiji was a great yogi. He was married, he has 2 sons, but a great yogi. He will lock himself suddenly, tell everybody, go away, and he will lock himself in a room. Key he will not give outside. In that room there is no bathroom, there is no toilet, there is no water, there is no electricity, there is no nothing. And he will remain there for days together. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And he himself will come out. Great. He could appear dozen places at a time. All the siddhis he had. So how this yogi can manifest himself simultaneously in 10 places? This is all possible in the Yoga Shastra. If this is possible for a yogi, will it not be possible for the Yogeshwara to create this world out of nothing? Mahayogi Vayasvechaya. This is how many seekers get lost in the siddhis. So this particular person, he was telling me, Swamiji, when my Guru left his body, he was his very close trustee. He said, look here, my friend, I tell you the truth. In the eyes of the whole world, I am a great yogi. I got all siddhis. But don't follow this path. You will lead nowhere. I got all the powers. But yet, I have not discovered my essential self. I still have attachment towards my children. My children are fighting over the property and I am unable to sort it out. If I tell to this son, you take this property, the other son becomes angry. And I am so frustrated on this stupid issue, Maya. This is Maya. Because the foundation of yoga is in duality. See, friends, therefore use it only to transcend the body, not to get lost and caught up in the body. See, Mahayogi iva yasvechaya, by his free will. See? Now take your own experience. Don't we have dreams? And when in our dream, we can create the whole world. And the dream experience is never experienced by us as a dream. It is a solid experience. And when we are out of the dream, then we say, oh, thank God, it was a dream. But during the dream experience, it is a real solid experience. See, friends. Therefore, if human mind can project and create the whole world, can't the divine, who is manifesting as a mind, can create, will he not be able to create the absolute world? Therefore, this creation is beyond cause and effect. One of the most important principles on spiritual path is get out of the matrix of cause and effect. This is how the mind survives. The diet of the mind is inquiry into cause and effect. Therefore, recently there was in the news the God particle. God particle doesn't exist. God is not a particle. You and me are a particle. See, and they have discovered the God particle. Means what? An object of knowledge. It is something like, somebody says, I have seen my own eyes. Try. You can never see your own eyes. No, Swamiji, I can see. One girl took out a mirror from her pocket. I can see. I said, hey, you are very intelligent. Now take out the kajal and put it into that eye what you are seeing. What you see is a reflection, not the original eye. See, friends. Therefore, this world is nothing but the expansion of the same reality. Like the water expands as the ocean, and ocean expands as the waves, and therefore when waves are added to the ocean, it is not a burden, and waves become quietened, it is not a loss. From the water standpoint, ocean is not the cause and waves are not the effect. But if we are caught up only in the ocean and the waves and we forget the waters, we will say ocean is the cause and waves are the effect and get lost in that. And you can never come out of it. And the truth is, cause and effect is an illusion. Because effect determines the presence of the cause. So effect is proving the cause. So cause is because of the effect or effect is because of the cause. Anything which is mutually dependent is an illusion. Is not real. Because of the man, The lady is a wife. Because of the lady, the man is a husband. So husband and wife, these are illusions. They are not real. And who is miserable? Illusions are miserable. See, friends, you get this point across, your whole life will change. See, but we take these illusions to be so real. Mayaviva Vijrumbhayatyapi Mahayogi Vayasvechaya Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. So Bhagavan Dakshinamurti, he alone is expressing in and through the totality, and he has not excluded us. We are one with the Absolute. Come to abide in this. Abidance in the Absolute is celebration. Abidance in the relative is calibration. Kitna paisa lagega? And whenever you keep on calculating, you can never enjoy life. Those who calculate, they become the chartered accountants. And a chartered accountant is the most stingy person in the whole world. If somebody is unfortunate, his parents are chartered accountants. Anything you ask, you say, show the bill, show the quotations. Come to discover this truth and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.